foreign intervention in behalf of Syrian rebels. US-led intervention against ISIL. The Iran-Israel conflict during the Syrian civil war refers to the Iranian-Israeli standoff in and around Syria. During the course of the Syrian conflict, with increasing Iranian involvement in Syria from 2011 onwards, the conflict shifted from a proxy war into a direct confrontation by early 2018. On several occasions, between 2013 and 2017, Israel reportedly carried out or supported attacks on Hezbollah and Iranian targets within Syrian territories or Lebanon. One of the first reliably reported incidents of this kind took place on 30 January 2013, when Israeli aircraft struck a Syrian convoy allegedly transporting Iranian weapons to Hezbollah. Habitually, Israel refused to comment on the incident, and allegedly so that the Syrian government would not feel obliged to retaliate. Syria confirmed some reports regarding Israeli Air Force incidents in May 2013, December 2014, and April 2015, and denied others. Israel systematically refused to comment on the alleged targeting of Hezbollah and Ba'athist Syrian targets in Syrian territory. In 2015, suspected Hezbollah militants launched a retaliatory attack on Israeli forces in Shaba farms. In March 2017, Syria launched anti-aircraft missiles toward Israeli-controlled parts of the Golan Heights, allegedly targeting Israeli Air Force aircraft, which Syria claimed were on their way to attack targets in Palmyra, Syria. After the incident, the State of Israel stated it was targeting weapons shipments headed toward anti-Israeli forces, specifically Hezbollah, located in Lebanon. Israel denied Syria's claim that one jet fighter was shot down with another one damaged. Israel has not reported any pilots or aircraft missing in Syria or anywhere else in the Middle East following the incident. According to some sources, the incident was the first time Israeli officials clearly confirmed an Israeli strike on a Hezbollah convoy during the Syrian civil war. By early December 2017, the Israeli Air Force confirmed at least 6 years of nearly 100 attacks in Syria, all targeting arms convoys of Hezbollah and the Ba'athists. In September 2018, the Israeli Air Force stated that it had conducted over 200 airstrikes on Iranian targets in 2017-2018 alone. On 30 January 2013, Israeli aircraft allegedly struck a Syrian convoy transporting Iranian weapons to Hezbollah. Other sources stated the targeted site was a military research center in Jamre responsible for developing biological and chemical weapons. 2 additional airstrikes, also attributed to Israel, reportedly took place on 3 and 5 May 2013. Both allegedly targeted long-ranged weapons sent from Iran to Hezbollah. According to anonymous U.S. officials, Israel launched another airstrike or cruise missile attack on 5 July. It allegedly targeted Russian-made Yakho anti-ship missiles near the city of Latakia and killed several Syrian troops. An unidentified U.S. administration official on 31 October said Israeli warplanes struck a Syrian base near the port of Latakia, targeting missiles that Israel thought might be transferred to its Lebanese militia enemy Hezbollah. The relationship between the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine and the Islamic Republic of Iran strengthened as a result of Hamas moving away from Iran due to differing positions on the Syrian civil war. Iran rewarded the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine's pro-Assad stance with an increase in financial and military assistance. Abu Ahmad Fouad, a PFLP political bureau member, said that the group might retaliate toward Israel if the United States bombs Syria. On 15 December 2013, a Lebanese sniper opened fire at an Israeli vehicle traveling near the border area of Rosh Hanikra, killing a soldier inside. Several hours later, the Israeli military said it shot 2 Lebanese soldiers after spotting suspicious movement in the same area. Syrian opposition sources, as well as Lebanese sources, reported that another strike happened in Latakia on 26 January 2014. Explosions were reported in the city and Israeli planes were reported over Lebanon. The target was allegedly S-300 missiles. It was reported that Israeli aircraft carried out 2 airstrikes against Hezbollah facilities in Lebanon near the border with Syria on 24 February 2014, killing several militants. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights claimed the attack targeted a Hezbollah missile base. On 7 December 2014, Israeli jets allegedly bombed areas near Damascus International Airport and in the town of Dimaz, near the border with Lebanon. According to foreign reports, the attack targeted a warehouse of advanced S-300 missiles, which were en route from Syria to Hezbollah in Lebanon. Al Arabiya reported that 2 Hezbollah militants were killed in the strikes, including a senior military official. On 18 January 2015, Israeli helicopters allegedly attacked a Hezbollah's convoy in the Syrian-controlled part of Golan. Hey!